app that can give you a lot of productivity from day one, right? Now, coming to Google App Sheet. Google App Sheet is one of the no-code platforms that we work, and it's the best part is like it's all integrated with various functionalities and features and a lot of other applications of Google Suite or Google Workspace. All applications in Google Workspace can be integrated to AppSheet, and you can build very wonderful apps. And just of the app sheet, it's a no-code platform. It works on building apps which can deliver on or which can run on mobile, tablet, or web applications, whichever the and you can use a couple of data sources uh, like Google Drive, Dropbox, Office 365, or any of your cloud-based spreadsheet or a database platform that has a secured server access. We can actually integrate that and build the smart apps, right? And going to the architecture, the whole story of this no code or Google App Sheet is very simple. It's just three steps. Whatever the data you are looking for, you just upload the data or the format of the data into the cloud. And once the data is ready, you can just open the App Sheet editor, just mash the data with the given rules and conditions available on the editor. Basically, you have to do one or two things on the editor, like define your data, assign a UX, the way you want to view data, and that's it. You're done. Bingo, your app is ready. So you can run the app straight away live on the devices. It could be a tablet, it could be mobile phone, or it could be desktop or laptop. So this is the simplicity of the architecture. So you don't need to be a tech savvy guy, or you don't need to learn too much of technology. You just need to know how to upload Excel sheet into Drive. All the common or kind of basic skills for a smart office is what you need, and that's it. You can just use AppSheet editor to pull in the relevant Excel sheets, the relevant data source, and bring wonderful apps. Now, AppSheet comes with various data sources, and these are all the things. Like you can also build amazing apps with AWS, MySQL, SQL Server, or your own native database. So it doesn't limit to only to Excel sheet. It can do a lot of wonders. And recently, there's a lot of enhancement that has been done with connecting with SAP as well as Salesforce. So you can make your existing corporate data also look much better with this kind of initiative on citizen development by enabling or giving this power to your teams, and all the data from various sources you can just pull it back onto one interface, right? Moving forward, the AppSheet platform itself gives a lot of sample apps which you can just click, use, select, and it does the app creation in a shot, and then you are ready to go. So that's the best part of the quick things that anyone would like to do. Let's say you have some quick stock management app to be done. You don't need to do anything. You just need to go to AppSheet, register your Gmail ID, and you're done. You get this option to choose the sample app and choose a stock management app, and you already have the app which is running. So you don't need to compile, you don't need to launch, you don't need to do anything. Just go, click, and you're done. So that smart is this tool. Now, going to the next level, definitely there's a bigger issue. Most of the times users need support, users lack support on what applications they are building. Here, the advantage is, since it's done more in a subscription-based platform driven as a service. So it's all things, whatever you use or whatever you configure are the features of the platform. And so the platform can actually bring in a lot of value addition to you exactly in the way you expect the support to work, right? So there are no deviations from the platform, or there are no surprises on the platform. So the platform just works all by itself, and that's where the support can be much easier for any kind of complex business applications that you build on it, right? And now, just three quick steps. How do you go? You just need to key in your Google account, and then just sign with any of the sources. Here, if you choose Google, that's what Gmail will come. And then you can go to directly to the AppSheet platform where you can sign in, and that's it, you are in. And you come to your own AppSheet dashboard, which shows your My Apps, My Account, and sample apps. When we show the demo, I'll quickly show this, right? And similarly, how do you create an app? It's very simple. You say new app, and it prompts a very interesting dialogue, like you want to start with your own data, or you want to use any kind of help, or you want to use a sample app. Choosing any one of them, the next step, you just click name the app, and the app is ready, right? So this is another easiest way of creating an app. Now coming to the next part, as I said, when you need to build an app, you need to understand what data you are supposed to look at. So that's exactly this called the data model view. So let's say I'm looking at a customer. So what all the things I would like to capture for the customer? Maybe it could be a first name, it could be a last name, or it could be a complete set of things, right? So all the data is called or captured in terms of AppSheet as a unit called table. So the data model view helps you to create tables from the data you have selected, right? And if you want to exclude few things, you don't want to share, or you just want a window of the data that you have created, that's when you build something called as a slice, right? So in this example, out of the 5 different information I'm storing for a customer, I'm just trying to see here the first name and the phone number. So I just wrap those two and try to define that as a slice. So typically, this is what we'll try to do in a kind of data model view. And another important thing is about the column types. AppSheet supports around 40 plus different types of column types. Like, you don't need to worry about the phone number, the email, the validations for the phone number, validations for the email, validations for the URL, validations for the video content. AppSheet automatically understands it. It has the intelligent rules, and it applies the validation checks required for a smart data capture, right? So in a way, what happens is when you have your data just put up in Excel sheet, and you give that Excel sheet as a feed to AppSheet editor, it just models the view for you, right? So that's why we use this data model view editor, a part of the editor, which is data model view, where we try to build tables, which are the main contents of the data we would like to see. Or we can have parts of the data tables, which are like slices, which we can see multiple slices of the same table. Or every table is exactly consisting of various column types, and you can build up to 40 different types of columns that it can automatically detect and find out, right? So this is all about how you build your data to see in the thing. The second one is the editor, which brings up something called as a view model. View model is how you would like to see data, right? Typically, this is where the UX part comes into play, or the user experience, or the user interface, right? So the view model typically works on these two areas. One is the user experience, and other is the user interface. User interface can be given like couple of things, which are like wonderful. Yeah, I'll give you a demo, then you can understand much better, Abhishek. I just saw your comment. Okay, so the view model, what it does is it gives you. Yes, let me just finish the slides quickly, and then we go to the demo. Then I'll pick up your requirement, and we'll try to see what can be done. I'll show you the demo. Then it's easy. You can understand. You can share the requirement much better. Will that work for you? Great.
Yeah, funny.
Okay, wonderful. So the view models, the user interface is defined into around 13 or 14 different interfaces. And using these interfaces, you can build a complete flow. Like, how do you see people logging in? How do you see people getting into a kind of a catalog view? How do you want people to see the complete details of a particular information that you're sharing, that called a detail view? Like that, you can have multiple views over there, which is looked at from a view model editor, right? Now, this is a detail view. A detail view helps you to get a lot of details about the information, and you can present in a very easy manner that anyone can understand. And it's a self-explanatory, right? There is no need for you to really look at certain things and change, right? The same way, gallery views is more for a category or a catalog you want to show. This is where it actually helps a lot, right? It's just a different UI. This is the UI part. Now, when you capture all these UIs in a place, that is where the user experience will come. So if you see in the screenshot at the bottom, you have multiple things, right? Like galleries, the parks, the map, and sync. So these are the flows that will help you create the user experience quickly. So for the users, what they are looking at, you can just direct them to that. And that's how the user experience starts. And there are multiple ways of building user experience with this kind of interface. It's very awesome and it's very simple, and you can just make it happen. Nothing is required, right? Similarly, there are more other ways of highlighting things, which is like a card view. Like here also, these are the different views, and at the bottom you could see the experience, how things are being done. So view model basically gives you two things to play, like what is the interface you are working on, what is the kind of interface you want the user to see, plus how do you stitch all these interfaces to give the complete user experience to the user, whoever is the app user. Similarly, a map view, where it helps for mostly for the deliveries, for people going on visits, frequent visits, for your field staff, for your delivery staff, for your staff who needs to understand where the customer location is. They can actually quickly grab up to this view. And the beauty is when you select this view, it actually stores the Google API interface. And when you do it, it launches the Google map to guide you to reach to the place where your staff needs to go. So you don't need to explain to your staff that where he has to go. If he has a smart app, he's smart enough to pick up and move on this, right? Similarly, the other way of highlighting certain things is formatting. So these are more like custom built things. You can just try to bring up some kind of attention to the users on the way they see things, right? So this is the kind of user experience you can do. And finally, about expressions, there are a lot of ways you can automate a lot of things by checking the conditions. Like for example, if it is today, I just want to know what are the orders that are today. So I can just put a condition, it only displays the orders I have to work on today. Or I just want to know how many applications were received today from all my customers. I can just put a simple condition and it filters everything and it shows me only that. So this is the beauty of how you can use expressions and make the entire user experience to a different level. So we have seen two things. One is the data model view and other is a user experience view. And this is fundamentally what someone gets to do using a no code. And this is what the best of no code.